की जय, इस्कॉन पांडु चर्च प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैकुंठ की जय, नामाचार्य शिला प्रभु की जय, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद गौर भक्त की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री मायापुर धाम की जय, श्री द्वारका धाम की जय, श्री मथुरा धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय, निताय गौर वृंदे हरि हरि बोल। All Krishna Simriti Bhuttis, Hare Krishna, all Krishna Simriti Bhuttis, Hare Krishna, all Krishna Simriti Bhuttis, Hare Krishna, all Krishna Sri Sri Guru and Sri Guru. Namo Om Vishwataya Krishna Putale Srimati Putale Srimati Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Guru Paramacharya Niveshesha Sunyavadi Paschacharya Satarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. 10:33. Today, fine. Thank you. Okay. So this morning, Srimad Bhagavatam class will be 10th canto, 10th chapter, text 33. Tasmai tubhyam bhagavate Tasmai tubhyam bhagavate Vasudevaya vedase Vasudevaya vedase Atma Jyota Gunaichana Atma Jyota Gunaichana Mahimne Pramane Namaha Mahimne Pramane Namaha. Tasmai Tubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase Atma Jyotya Gunaistanna Mahimne Pramane Namaha. Vaishnavas, Tasmai, because not to be understood from the material platform, we simply offer obeisances unto him. Tubhyam unto you. Bhagavate unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudevaya unto Vasudeva, the origin of Sankarsana. Pradyumna and Aniruddha. Vedase unto the origin of creation. Atma Dhyota Gunai Jannam unto you, whose glories are covered by your personal energy. Brahmane unto the Supreme Brahman. Namaha, our respectful obeisances. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. O Lord, the glories are covered by your own energy. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You are Sankarshan, the origin of creation. And you are Vasudeva, the origin of the Chaturvyuha. Because you are everything and are therefore Supreme Brahman, we simply offer our respectable obeisances unto you. Purport. Instead of trying to understand Krishna in detail, it is better to offer our respectable obeisances unto him. For he is the origin of everything. And he is everything. Because we are covered by material modes of nature, he is very difficult for us to understand unless he reveals himself to us. Therefore, it is better for us to acknowledge that he is everything and offer obeisances unto his lotus feet. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Miltam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tasmai Tubhyam Bhagavate Vasudevaya Vedase Atmadyota Gunaichana Mahimne Brahmane Namaha. First of all, I would like to thank all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis for giving me such opportunity to speak on this verse. And before I speak anything, I'd like to seek blessing from all the Vaishnava and Vaishnavis so that I can say something suitable and something maybe encouraging for you. Panchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. In 10th canto, especially Krishna's Bala Lila is very sweet. But each sweetness has very, very deeper meaning to it. Once we start to taste this depth of the meaning, then we can relish. So, up north if we go, we see Himalaya. Hima means the snow. Alaya means the big pile. So, Himalaya means a big pile of snow. But Bhagavatam we call Rasamayam. So here is Pandit. So, Muhurao Rashika Bhubi Bhavukaha. So you have to be Rashika to enjoy this Rasamalayam. And also you have to be Bhavukaha. You have to be expert to extract the meaning. So I'm not near to Rashika or near to Bhavukaha. But and yet, by the mercy of all the Vaishnavas, I can say something. So especially in the 10th canto, the one other, before we get into this Damodar Lila, the one other Lila very specific. Krishna ate earth. The mother wants, Yashoda Mai wants to check. So when Krishna opened his mouth and Yashoda Mai checked in the mouth, she saw entire universe in the mouth. So what is the meaning to this? If Krishna can hold entire universe in his tiny mouth, in this one verse, Krishna can contain entire Vedic scriptures. Is it true? The same way, Prabhupada, in this short paragraph of purport, he put entire message of Vedic literature. So this is the potency of Srila Prabhupada, and this is the potency of each verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Here, Sunday, many visitors are coming. So expert to cook. After cooking, so in order to, let's say, 1,000 people, you cooked. So you have to check whether salt is enough, some spices is enough, some cream is enough. So how do they check? They don't need to eat 1,000 portions of prasadam. So they pick one pinch of that bhoga before offering. Some say, hey, Shovari, and they drop under the tongue. So they want to offer best, but there is a contradiction that we cannot offer anything which is touched by which is already offered. So, but salt and the cream, all spice has to be 100%. So in this way, we cannot take the prasadam before Krishna has taken. So they saying, hey, Shabari, and they drop on the top. And then they offer prasadam. Or some other cooks, anyway, it'll be okay. And they offer first, and then offering come off. They taste a little bit before offering to guests. So it depends on their mood. So in this way, let us analyze today's verse and purport so that you can extract meaning of entire Vedic scriptures. So especially the purport, when people write, it's like a normal English. But that English looks normal, but huge Shastric background behind it. In other words, Prabhupada kindly all the essence of Shastra, essence of verses from Upanishad, different Puranas, and then he put into simple English way. So when we look, we are not able to see the Shastra. We see only the English translation. But the more you study Shastra, then you will see glory of Srila Prabhupada. So one time, one Sanskrit scholar who is a devotee, he went through Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's purport of Bhagavad Gita and then Sridhar Swami's purport. He went through all the Tika commentary. And then he was absolutely amazed how Prabhupada, like a honeybee. Honeybee collect honey from different flowers. Yes, we don't have ability to extract the honey from flower, but honeybee has it, like a Vrindavat. So Bhagavatam, it says in 11th canto, Krishna also the same. Bhavaya apantum jnana vijnana saram. So people are in fear. So people are living in the Bhartahari. He wrote Vairagya Shatakam, isn't it? So in Vairagya Shatakam, there is a verse, Bhoge Rogabayam. Started Bhoge Rogabayam, altogether 9 fear it comes. And then Kulle Chutabayam. With the family, always there is some element of someone dies, Chutabayam, etc. So each element we have bhaya. So life nothing but is bhaya. So in order to remove this bhaya, and also when you think of any negative emotion, lust, anger, greed, mada, moha, matsalya, etc., if you trace each negative emotion, it ends up being fear of death. Fundamentally, you look at deeply psychologically, and all the psychologists, they saying this. So in this way, Krishna trying to remove bhaya, jnana vijnana saram, he churned all the knowledge and the real knowledge of Vedic literature, and Krishna turned into the essence. Bringavat bhera saram. So Krishna like honeybee. Similarly, Prabhupada also, he churned all the literature and then turned into the essence of it and put into the purport. So today's verse and today's purport actually is coming from Upanishad. So today's purport, just now what you have heard is the expansion of Katha Upanishad and Mundaka Upanishad. There, one verse, it says, Nayam Atma Purabhachena Labhyo Na Medaya Na Bhavuna Shrutena Yam Eva Isha Purinutte Tena Labhyas Tasha Esha Atma Vipurinutte Tanum Swam. So, Nayam Atma Purabhachena. In order to understand the absolute truth, true nature of Krishna, true nature of soul, Prabhachena labhyo na. Na prabhachena labhyo. It is prabhachana is not enough. So there are so many prabhachans, practically every single morning, every single evening. But this prabhachana is not enough. Not only that, na medaya. You study very hard. Brahmachari life. Brahmachari life means studying, service, surrender, etc. But study is one of the key elements of Brahmachari life. But that not medaya. No matter how many hours you put into that study, but then yet there is not enough for understanding the absolute truth. Not only that, Bhavana Shrutena. Okay, let me go through entire Purana. Let me go through 4 Vedas. So even if you go through practically 18 Purana, you go through, that is not enough. And then it says, Yam evaisha brinte tena labias. By seeing your endeavor, Krishna decided, okay, this dull head drank so hard, let me give him favor. Then what happens? He said, Tasha Esha Atma Vipurinte Tanum Swam. Krishna decided to reveal himself. So this is the secret of understanding the absolute truth, understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam, the understanding of true nature. Jai Sri Sri Radha Madha Mohan Ki Jai, Jai Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Ki Jai, Jai Sri Sri Gauranta Ki Jai, Jai Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Swadhara Maharani Ki Jai, Nitai Gaurapunande Hari Hari Bo. So in this way, that it is important that we feel the fact that you are all sitting here. It seems like your willingness, but underneath that willingness, tip of iceberg, underneath, huge amount under the water. So looks like it is your choice you came here this morning. But actually underneath, Krishna has chosen you to be here. You must understand this fact. The fact that we are able to see Krishna, the fact that this morning we danced wonderfully, the fact that we sang nicely, the fact that we do Aarti nicely, this is nothing but favor by Krishna. Unless until this gratitude, we will not understand this Srimad Bhagavatam. So there is saying in English, gratitude is attitude. So my Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, used to say to us, and also this was his motto. Let me share my Guru Maharaj's motto. I am chosen by the best. I will not settle for anything less. So my Guru Maharaj also used to belong to some other marg, some other spiritual practice. He already got a diksha from this different organization. One day, he approached his guru. I want to know something higher. Can you tell me some deep secret of this absolute truth, whatever you teach? And the Guru said, do you really want to know something serious? Do you really want to know the absolute truth? How sure you are? And then my Guru Maharaj, he graduated from Princeton University, psychology department. So already he became spiritualist. Actually, he went through all the different psychology, putting to someone, putting to sleep, they're speaking so many things, etc. So he already experimented all the how our mind works. He already kind of knows it. So that's why kind of Western knowledge is not enough. That's why he turned to this deep Vedic knowledge. So he asked his guru that he wants to do something really deeper. And the guru answered, if you really want to know, on the street, at that time the Harinam party was going on. So he pointed at the Harinam party, you follow them. They have deep most knowledge they have. But Guru was shocked. They're dancing on the street up and down, they have knowledge. He asked one more time, his guru, are you sure you are talking right thing? Yes. So if you know truly deep knowledge of the Veda, you have to go to them. Then he actually left that mark, he joined Hare Krishna movement. And he was trained And at that time, Satsavarup Maharaj, and then he went further, and then he took initiation from Srila Prabhupada. And then since he took initiation from Srila Prabhupada, he took this mission, and then he went to at that time, the Eastern European country, nobody can go. He somehow sneaked in there, he met professors, etc., and then he distributed Srila Prabhupada books. At that time, Prabhupada used to be in the England Bhaktivedanta Manor. One of his favorite routine is that receiving from Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. His letter preaching report that came. Sometimes it's getting delayed. When is it coming? He keep asking. In this way, that we have to make sure that we are chosen by such a high authority, and also closely, a lot of you, it seems like you think you decide to take initiation from Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. But no, underneath, his ocean of mercy is there for you to think in that way. So this is how Vedic tradition works. So, in this way, that when you look at each verse, that it contains so much of it. But now, get into a bit more detail of this Damodar Lila. So this is the background. So out of all the Lila, I thought when I given this verse last night, and I felt so much of mercy from Radha Madan Mohan. Why? Because this is one of my favorite topic to discuss. So mostly people are discussing about Mother Yashoda Mai's love for Krishna, binding, or law of two fingers short, etc. But this is not my favorite. You know, my favorite is, it's the 7th verse of this chapter. So, if you look at 7th verse of this chapter, it's a very interesting verse. And also, it's truly relevant to our material life as well as devotional life. In 7th verse, it says here, Narada Muni, while passing by, he saw two drunken men water sporting. Yes? And then, deep down, he felt compassion. Looks like it, angry, externally, he doesn't recognize, totally intoxicated. But and yet, he feels that, how can I save this two personality? So, best way to help them is, how? Get them out of that situation immediately, as soon as possible. So how take them out of this situation of drunken state? Injection might work, or one of you slap it will work. If you slap, then he may fight back. Why are you disturbing my enjoyment? So Narada Muni, he said here, Tayor, Anugraha Artaya. Only Artha, the purpose of Anugraha, deep mercy, Shapam Dashan Idam Jago. Only choice he left was Shapam, to curse them. So, this is the thing, that anything, good thing happen, we feel, hey Bhagavan, thank you. So Krishna is merciful. Krishna showering mercy on me. There's something good happen. But something bad happen. For example, health goes, some accident we have. Sometimes we lose business. You know what people think? Hey Krishna, what are you doing? I'm serving you for the last 20 years. I attended every day Mongol Aarti. I even attend Srimad Bhagavatam. Why do you do this to me? So in this way, when things happen against our expectation, then we think, why Krishna? Why? keep question comes. But actually, as you know already, that when something goes wrong, when something doesn't happen according to our expectation, that time, actually Krishna mercy comes in a deeper way. But most of us doesn't see that. So just now, happened a few days ago, I arrived in India, and then I had some appointment in Pune. So there is some duty for me to perform. And this person didn't receive my phone call. Suddenly, I lost contact. So I planned to stay in his place, and then we have some board meeting, etc. we want to have. But somehow I lost contact. And then what to do? So our shelter is Iskcon temple. Wherever we go, there is Iskcon center, right? So I just turned up Iskcon Pune without any appointment. So I came here. So can I stay? And then devotee came along. Yes, Prabhuji, come along. So that I stayed in the temple itself. And then next day, they gave me opportunity of worshiping Krishna, the Prabhupada, and then the Tulsi song, etc. So, because that gentleman, whoever may be, somehow he disappeared. That's why I had the darshan of Iskcon Pune, the temple, and then I had a nice association with a devotee. And then suddenly, on that day, next day, there was an opening ceremony of Gurukul, all the children's, their artwork display. So I was invited as a chief guest, so I cut the tape. So in this way, that life is such that when it's a short sight, definitely it's pain, definitely it's a sad situation maybe, but each step you take, when something goes wrong, then at that time, actually, Krishna's deeper mercy is there. So this is a key message of our life, that once you take up Krishna consciousness, Krishna takes away all the karma. But still, amongst devotees also there is a debate. Oh, no. Karma, it goes forever. Some people say like that. That if karma disappears, then why bad things happen to devotee? Some people question in that way. If you look at deeply, it's about interpretation of the bad things. So once Krishna decides to save you, and also you yourself try to surrender to Krishna, then the principle of, the Bhagavatam, famous verse, so aham tvam sarvapebhyo mokshaisham masuja. This principle has to apply. But question arises, why doesn't bad things happen? But the bad thing itself is a wrong concept. External is bad, but it's not really bad. It's a good thing. But when things happen, then we feel it's bad due to our lack of understanding. So Krishna is make sure that always protecting you. So, for example, one person, let's say, on the way to some place, he had a plane crash. So he broke his arm, and he looked around. Everything is fine. Only he broke arm. Oh, how unlucky I am. Where was Krishna? Why you didn't protect my arm? But next journey, the same plane crash, again he broke arm, but he looked around, everybody died. You're the only who survived. Now what do you feel? Hey, Bhagavan, thank you. You saved me. Breaking up is the same. One time you feel very happy, one time you feel blaming Krishna. So whose fault is this? Our life is like that. Things happen according to the nature, according to Jyoti level. But how we accept it is depends on our consciousness. So when I arrived at Pune, one devotee told me that, oh, you came very right time, not very cold, not very hot. But deep down my heart, I'm very hot here. I'm from Korea. Winter time in minus 20. I feel already hot. But this devotee saying, oh, you came such a good time. I'm imagining, oh my God, if it came hot season, how I could feel. I feel so lucky. Oh, maybe this is not hot enough for them. So in this way, I'll give you very, very the secret knowledge of Yoga Sutra. My name is Patanjali Muni. So the first verse of Yoga Sutra is Atha Yoga Anushasana. I'll speak of yoga. Patanjali is saying. The next verse is Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. This is a beginning and end. All the sense of Yoga Sutra is in there. What is it? Chitta Vritti. Vritti is activity. Chitta, activities of mind. Nirodha, you control it. So controlling mind, the essence of all the yoga. Do you agree? Yes. But now, question arises, how to control the mind? Arjuna even asked. Krishna gave answer. Abhyasena tu konteya vairagya griyate. So abhyasa and vairagya. But here, what kind of abhyasa? Have you thought of it? Vairagya we understand. Everyone knows vairagya. Vairagya also very different concept. So if I explain vairagya, you'll take 1 hour. But the essence of vairagya is not giving up. This, oh, I don't want this, I don't want woman, I don't want the money, I don't want the job. No. Essence of vairagya is higher taste. You get attached to the higher taste. All other things will disappear. All attachment to other things. Because you stick to that higher taste. This is real vairagya. And also, now we have to move on to abhyasa. So Krishna said that by abhyasa, you can control your mind. But Krishna didn't have time to explain about abhyasa. What is abhyasa? What kind of abhyasa? Is that daily sadhana every day, attending Mongol Aarti, and then what do you call it? Taking prasadam, reading Bhagavatam? Is this abhyasa? What kind of abhyasa? So there are many types of abhyasa. So according to Yoga Sutra, one abhyasa, I'll explain. So our thought consists of 3 things. Each our thinking process, smriti, buddhi, and mati. Remember these 3 words. So smriti has to do with in the past. So thinking about past is smriti. Buddhi is based on that smriti you perceive now. The perception now is buddhi. Then what is mati? Mati is according to your perception now, buddhi, you think about future. So past, present, and future has to do with your thinking process of smriti, buddhi, and mati. So it looks like our mind, our thinking process is like in olden days movie. So movie, there is each cut, each motion, put it together. So when you run fast, and it's like moving, but actually each cut. So our thought also is like that. Looks like a flow of thought. Chitta vritti is like flow like a river, but it's no. It's like a movie. That each thought coming, and coming again, and coming again, keep popping. So when you put it together, it's like continuous thinking. But actually it's not. Smriti affecting the buddhi. According to buddhi, you'll develop mati. So that's why we have think of all the time Krishna. Always think of Krishna, never forget Krishna. Why? If you think of Krishna now, split second, it will affect next thought, which causes another Krishna thinking. that thinking will cause another thinking. So in this way, that our mind, each moment, if you want to focus your mind, focus on moment. So what in Vedic time, it's called shana. Shana is, if you divide the 75 second into 75, can you imagine? So we say, we tick, it's 1 second, yeah? This tick, if you divide the 75, and then that one moment is called shana. So shana. So our thinking process is each moment rising and disappearing. So because it's so short of time, it's rising and disappearing, that's why we think we are continuously thinking, but it's not. So what you need to do is that you have to divide your moment of thinking, and then each moment, when you are able to focus on Krishna topic, then you will be able to control your mind. And also then you will relate to everything into Krishna consciousness. So in this way, think about it. All our thinking process is like that. Someone says, this is short. Why he says it is short? Because his thinking is something long. Someone says, when I came to this temple, oh, there's a very big temple. Why? Because I'm thinking of a temple in Korea, very tiny temple. I'm from a tiny temple in Korea. But can you imagine someone from my KOVP, they come here, oh, quite small temple, they think in that way, isn't it? So, if you analyze your thinking, the moment you think that is your thinking, but actually that is coming from one moment before. So in this way, that when you perceive something, then if you think this is bad, then actually you were thinking something good before, that's why you think it's bad. So someone has a stroke, so he lost half body of movement. So he feels that I'm unlucky. Why? He thinks the moment before his healthy body is thinking. But if he thinks he got a stroke, but somebody had a heart attack and they died on the spot, if you think that person, oh, I'm lucky, still half body is still moving, isn't it? So in this way, this is how the process of thinking, this process of mind. So in this way, that this Bhagavatam teaches again and again, each lila is like Nishingadev lila. We focus on Prahlad Maharaj. Yes, it is true, but it is more true that ultimately Krishna came as Nishingadev to save Hiranyakashipu. You know already, Hiranyakashipu got the boon. He wants to live in this material world forever. Krishna feels compassion. No, don't stuck here. Don't be allured by this my power, etc. Better to come to me. But when he came, he forgot everything. And then he performed tapasya and he asked Lord Brahma, I don't want to die here and there. I don't want to die in and out, up and down, etc. So Krishna has to give some shock treatment. For us, severe, it's such a shocking therapy, isn't it? So Krishna has to give a shock therapy. Otherwise, you won't come out. So in this way, that when Krishna performs all the lila, especially looks gruesome, actually such a deep love into it. So this is the message of Srimad Bhagavatam. So once you apply this into your day-to-day life, nothing will disturb you. No doubt. If you have a weak mind, you plan to retaliate. Bollywood movies, full of retaliation, isn't it? Hollywood movie the same. All the drama, all about retaliation. But if you have a strong mind, you learn to forgive. But if you know Srimad Bhagavatam, you will not get disturbed in the first place. No retaliation, no forgiveness. Mercy. That's all. So in this way, through the Bhagavatam, we will make our life successful. We will make every moment in ecstasy. We turn moment to ecstasy. This is the glory of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the glory of the Prabhupada message in the purport. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. If there is any question, comment, I think we got 5 minutes. So no question. So then I'll share one more verse from Controlling Mind. That, as you know, the story of Avanti Brahmana, 11th canto. So the conclusion was, he was a very successful businessman. Somehow his business got on fire, and then he lost all business. And then because he lost money, his friends leaving, and then because he was poverty-stricken, family left, wife left, everybody left, all alone. He was traveling here and there. He got insulted by so many people. And then finally, he got conclusion. He said here, Nayam janome sukha dukkha hetu. This sukha and dukkha, cause of this, Nayam janaha, not these people. Na devata atma griya karma kala. Not because of the devata. Graha, not because of different planet, Jyotis. Or not because of my karma. Or not because of this time. Mana, param, karuna, amananti. Ultimately, mind is cause of all this trouble. Samsara paribalta yet. So ultimately, this samsara is due to how my mindset works. So after going through such a hardship in his life, finally he concluded only the mind is the cause of all this trouble. So in this way, he accepted that this situation as Krishna's mercy. Then he appeared one of the main figure of 11th canto, Brahmana. If he had cushy life, he won't have this chance. So in this way, every single step, there is a danger. But the danger, there is mercy behind it. Once you relish, once you understand this, then our life will be swadu, swadu, pade, pade. Each step, swadu, swadu, get sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. So there is saying that another day, another pound. Another day, another paisa. The businessman's mind is like that. But devotee's mind should be swadu, swadu, pade, pade. Each moment, another day, another mercy, another ecstasy. This has to be devotee's consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. By your mercy, I said something. Sorry. Before you go, 우리 the last year yatra, the tiny preaching report. We don't have many devotees like this, but although we have a small amount of devotee, we're trying to present a proper message to the locals. Please, turn it on.
A humble offering to Srila Prabhupada and the entire Guru Parampara of the devotees of South Korea. By the grace of senior devotees and the efforts of a handful of sincere devotees, the following service has been performed during the past year. 354 books of Srila Prabhupada and 54 books of His Grace Chaitanya Chandra Charan Prabhu have been distributed. 8,363 servants of prasadam were distributed. 19 Harinam and 21 Kirtan programs were conducted. 4 channels have been created on the internet for spreading knowledge. We would like to express our great gratitude to all the senior Vaishnavas who inspire and find time to give us their association, as well as generously give their blessings for pure, loving, selfless, continuous devotional service to their divine couple.